Hi there, my name is Jennifer Cora. I am a speech language pathologist at TinyEYE and also the online backpack mentor. And I am here today to give you a little peek into the basics of using your online backpack. Just kind of as a general overview, a good thing to remember about the online backpack, it can be used not only during your therapy sessions. You can open up the online backpack and use your students' games during therapy sessions when you're there with them, but it's also intended as a home programming tool where you can create individualized accounts for each of your students so that they can use them at home, or maybe even within the classroom when they have some time to log in. Today, then, we'll dive right into our introduction to using your online backpack. The first time you log in, you'll notice that there are three main sections. To the left, you'll see your student list, and you'll see each of your schools here and the students that attend each of those schools. Then on the right, you'll see top section, which has three important buttons. The question mark allows you to view a document that gives some brief basic how-tos. It's a good reference document. We also have Link the Cell Phone. Link the Cell Phone is your connection to me and to TinyEYE. At TinyEYE, we have an incredible software development team, and they are always looking for ideas or for improvements that we can make to make our tools that we provide you even better. So here, when you click on Link, you'll notice that there was a pop-up that came up. You can click to have if you have a question. You can click here if you have an idea or suggestion, and here if you have a problem. And then here in this text area, and you can include a narrative of what maybe your problem is, or what the suggestion or idea that you have that could be used to improve things, to make things easier or better for you to use to target your students' needs. When you're done including your message, you can just simply click send message, and the message goes straight to me and your TinyEYE team. Okay, so let's get started. It's the first time that you have logged in and you're wondering where in the world to start. A good place to start is just by taking a look at your sample school and your sample student. Click on sample student and you'll see a couple of things change. You'll notice that you can view right here on the left hand side each student's name. You can include their gender, an email address. The email address will be used to send a backpack guide, which is, we'll talk about that more in a little bit. The backpack guide is your letter that's prepared already, that will include your student's name, their login information, and a brief how-to for parents or caregivers to help their student get into their backpack at home. So an email address is important there if you have it for a parent, or even the student themselves if they're old enough, that they can receive that right there in their own email inbox. Then you'll notice you'll have here your students' login information. It includes their username and their password, and you will make those. You will create those yourself. Over to the right, you'll see three main areas: the games area, the notes area, and the videos area. This gives you a peek into what your students will have within their backpack. This student, my sample student, has 1, 2, 3 games and has one note included in their backpack. They don't have any videos yet. You'll notice that you can see here the name of the game, if there's a game set included or not. Some of TinyEYE games do require a game set to be selected, and others not. And you'll see here that this Adventure Alley game, our Adventure Alley game, yes, does need to have a game set included, and you'll select that. We'll talk a little bit more about what game sets are in just a moment. Then you'll notice here you can see how many times your student has played each game, and you'll notice that you can also see the last date that they played. And this is a really great tool because you'll be able to say to the student, I noticed that you've been getting into your backpack and you really like such and such a game. I'd like to include more opportunities with that game for you to practice because I can tell you really like it. Or on the other hand, you can say, I notice you have been focusing on this game in particular. And this week I want you to focus on this other game. Maybe it's another game that focuses on another skill. But it's just a good way to kind of keep track of what your students are doing and if they're getting the practice opportunities that you'd like them to have at home.